Hey, so I would like to answer another subscriber's question along the same line of my last video. What state would I want to live in today, nowadays? In my previous video, I mentioned that I would have loved to live in Montana back when I was young. What about now, now that I'm almost 64 years old and a widow? Where would I want to live in this country? Not in any particular state. In fact, I'd like to be in them all. I love seeing places and experiencing places and people, but I'm not that crazy about staying in one place very long. That's been a cause for contention in my life for years. I had been waiting for my youngest, Bonnie, to grow up and go off to college because I was going to get a van and drive off, leaving my husband. Back then he was well. I just wanted to go travel, and he said, I'll go if we stay at hotels. And I'm like, you're missing the point. I want to sit out by a fire. I want to be under the stars. I want to experience nature head on like we did when we were young. But he needed to be comfortable. So I was going to get a van and I was going to take off a summer, a fall, whatever. I'm sure I would have returned, even though he and I had some marital problems. But I mean, I love Florida from January through March. I love New Hampshire in October specifically. Sometimes I love New Hampshire when spring is coming in, and Maine, and to see the crocuses and the daffodils come up. I'd love to be in Virginia for April. In May, I don't know. I guess maybe Ohio, Pennsylvania. June and July, August, in as cool a place as possible. I've thought about the mountains of Colorado, like Ouray. September, I'd be heading east. I'd probably like to see the Great Lakes and maybe drive through New York State, drop down into Vermont. It's such a beautiful, beautiful drive. And then October, I would be in my beloved New Hampshire, Maine, Vermont. Maybe just do a little circle around, and the apples would be out and I could pick some, and that's what I really like to do. And where I'd really like to be is a little of everywhere. I'm not a big fan anymore of California, though I would like to go back and see Big Sur and, the little cypress tree in Monterey, was it? I'd like to see the Grand Canyon again. Or at least I think I would. Being without the man that I loved for 36 years, I think would be really hard. But I can't think of one place I just would want to be all the time. I'd love to see my kids down here in Florida in the winter for several months. I'd love to be with Rachel in Texas for a few months. I'd love to be wherever Bonnie's going to go for a couple months and just have time to be with my kids and make memories. They're not all in one spot. Bonnie said she'll never live in Florida, so that's not going to happen. And Rachel said she's never leaving Texas. But my boys are here in Florida, and they're more open to, somewhere else. But right now, this is where the money is, and so they're going to stay. So I don't want to live in one particular state. I know I'd be very unhappy. I want to live in all the states at different times of the year. Maybe travel a little here and there. If I could have any wish in the world, that's my wish. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thanks for watching.